I was like, is that really a big revelation? Didn't we talk about this during the campaign? And didn't everybody come to a determination that the DNC did skew towards Hillary Clinton? And in her book, she said the DNC, she was surprised the DNC had no money. It had no data operation. She had to pour money into the DNC. Are Hillary Clinton and Donna Brazile basically saying the same thing but using different words?
Yes, they are.
Go ahead.
Well, first of all, I have to just say, for Democrats to spend a second relitigating this primary fight could not be, stupider. I don't think Democrats across the country want to talk about
this.
But
it doesn't change the fact that it happened.
I know.
Donna
Let me
Brazile
just get my point out.
said it was difficult to learn, but it's not illegal, by the way.
Wait.
Go on.
Let me just say, when you have the conversation we just had 5 minutes ago about this tax bill and where this country is going, that's what Democrats need to focus on, is how we're going to help working people going forward. If we're going to take Donna at her word, then you have to read the whole excerpt, because what the excerpt said is Hillary Clinton bailed out the DNC financially and controlled the staffing of the DNC. But Donna also said in that excerpt, Nina and Don, that she went door to door at the DNC and could not find a single shred of evidence that the actual results of the primary were tilted one way or another. And so if we're going to comment on the book, we ought to go all the way and say that actually Donna said that she found no proof and no evidence at all that the system was rigged. She just said that Hillary Clinton's money was holding up the DNC, and she found that overwhelmingly offensive. Bernie Sanders
money that did
not change the results
by
of
saying
any election.
By fundraising. I mean, since you want to go there, this is really about a DNC that lacks accountability and transparency, period.
Yes,
and we can deal with more than one thing at a time.
That's not about rigging an election.
We have to restore the faith and credibility of the Democratic Party, and statements like you're making doesn't help. People are hurt by this revelation, and this does not help. So to cover it up doesn't help. So don't go there with that. The fact of the matter remains is that the way that system was conducted, the DNC did not follow its own bylaws. And so if we're going to have some truth talk here, let's talk about reform, and let's talk about unity, but we got to talk about reform.
Scott, you're sitting there and you're...
Wait. Let me respond, because she just characterized what I said differently. I am all for reform and transparency, 100%. I have been all along. What I will object to till the day we go out is that the voters in the primary chose Hillary Clinton, not Bernie Sanders, and it had nothing to do with any staff person at the DNC. And let's just move on and not keep relitigating this fight. Let's do what we need to do for Democrats together.
Hillary, that kind of sounds like the Russia argument that the Republicans are using on the other side, and saying we should.
I'm just saying what Donna said is the truth.
Okay, Scott.
New York Times. U.S. officials defend the integrity of the vote despite hacking fears. David L. Sanger, November the 25th, 2016. Washington. The Obama administration on Friday said despite Russian attempts to undermine the presidential election, it has concluded that the results accurately reflect the will of the American people. November the 26th, 2016. Following is the full text of a statement from a senior administration official issued to the New York Times on Friday in response to questions about the federal government's investigation into the integrity of the November the 8th presidential election. The government issued the statement to the Times on the condition that it be attributed only to a senior official. The Kremlin probably expected that publicity surrounding the disclosures that followed the Russian government-directed compromises of emails from U.S. persons and institutions, including the U.S. political organizations, would raise questions about the integrity of the election process that could have undermined the legitimacy of the president-elect. Nevertheless, we stand behind our election results, which accurately reflect the will of the American people. The federal government did not observe any increased level of malicious cyber activity aimed at disrupting our electoral process on Election Day. As we have noted before, we remained confident in the overall integrity of electoral infrastructure, a confidence that was borne out on Election Day. As a result, we believe our elections were free and fair from a cybersecurity perspective. That said, since we do not know if the Russians had planned any malicious cyber activity for Election Day, we don't know if they were deterred from further activity by the various warnings the U.S. government conveyed. Not one voting booth, even a year later, has been shown to have been hacked. Not one. And the fact remains, the propaganda is not the reason why Trump won. The reason why Trump won is that 40% of registered voters stayed home. The reason why is because they were assured consistently by the media and Washington Trump couldn't win, and neither one of these candidates were well liked. Nobody wanted, few wanted either one of these people.